Hello, good morning. So it's been a while since I have uploaded a video. So my students are asking me to upload this video to help them in their upcoming board exams. So this topic is about preparing for the board exams, right? So the reality of the board exam is you will be facing a crucial part of your life because this is a summation of all the things that you have learned in your nursing course, in your 4-year nursing course. So this will be the exam that will determine if you are ready to become registered nurses. So the nursing exam will be unlike any test you have ever taken. No? It is one of the most difficult exams that you will ever take in your nursing life. Nursing exams differ greatly from the exams that you have been used to taking. Memorization alone, no, will not be enough to get you through the exam. Okay, so nursing exams require that you must recall the knowledge that you have gained and require critical thinking. All right, so memorization alone of the knowledge that you have will not be enough in the board exams. You must have critical thinking to be able to pass the board exams. Now, test taking strategies are important. So this part, I will also upload a video about test taking strategies. Now, so for why are they important? Test taking strategies are important because they will help you determine what the question is asking. So if you will not be able to identify what the question is asking, or you will be able to erroneously identify the question or the what the question is trying to get from you, you will give the wrong answer. And also test taking strategies will help you select the correct answer. All right. So basically, in test taking strategy, you will eliminate distractors or you will eliminate the wrong answers. So leading you to identifying the correct one. And test taking strategies help you narrow your choices when you must make an educated guess. Ideally, in the board exam, 50-50 is your best scenario. When you have two choices left and you will use your educated guess or the best of your knowledge to identify which of the two items is the correct answer. Using of test taking strategies is critical when you are taking the board exam because many of the questions, all of the options can be correct, all right? But depending on the way the question is worded, you need to prioritize and select the correct answer, or as we say it, the best answer. So all of the choices can be correct, but there is only one best answer. In addition, many times, you may be able to narrow the choices down to two options. Ito yung sinabi kong 50-50. Then you may struggle with the selection. In this situation, you use the test taking strategy, no, which is essential for you to be able to choose among the two, which is the best answer. Right? Therefore, it is important to become skillful in the use of test-taking strategies, which I will be discussing in my next video. Now, we have 10 study habits to master. So when you are facing the board exam, you must be able to study and develop these habits in order to easily maneuver to all the data that you will be studying in your 4-year nursing career. No? So number one, we have plan daily specific time for studying. Number two, try not to do too much studying at one time. Set goals for your study time. Avoid procrastination. Study the most difficult material when you are most alert. Find the study place that is free of external distractions. Seek help when you do not understand the material. Plan study breaks. Eat a healthy diet and exercise regularly. Get an adequate amount of sleep every night. So let's tackle them one by one. So this is a study planner. So you can make your own study planner, or you can buy one from the mall or your stores. So it is very important that you have a study planner to write down the time that you are vacant and the time that you will be able to study and plan what times you can best study and what topics you want to study in this given time. Now, number one is plan daily specific study time for studying. So you have to plan daily, every day, you have to identify daily times that you are free and make this your study time. Mark these times up in your calendar as your study time. If you have the planner, you can mark them as your study time. For example, if you have a class, if you are still students, you have a class from 7:30 to 9:30, and you do not have a class until 1 p.m., then you can mark the time in between as study time. So for example, that is, let's say 9:30 to 12 noon. Let's say 12 noon will become your study time. So you can go to the library or somewhere quiet to do your studying. Set regular study time session each day because this will help establish a routine. Okay, so that becomes a part of your school life and will help you organize your time to study. So it's important that you develop this routine for you to be able to make it a habit of studying and planning your study time. Number two, do not try to do too much studying at one time. So some students, they study a lot or they study on the last day of the preparations where they have to study lots and lots and lots of books and materials because they have no other time to study. So it's better to plan more than one study time per day rather than to plan a lengthy block of study time, right? So this is not ideal and it will uh, endanger you of failing the board exam because you will not be able to cram all the knowledge and all the data that you'll study in that limited amount of time. So if you do too much of studying in one time, you will easily tire. You will not be able to concentrate and retain information. So failure to retain information will yield to a failing result. Failure will lead to failing result. Right? Your study time will be more effective if you space it over a short period of time. So short periods of time will be more effective and will help you retain more information. All right? Now always maintain a positive attitude that you will be successful. You are studying and adequately preparing ahead of time. So be positive always. Number three, set goals for your study time. So as nursing students, you know that we have goals, we have SMART goals, right? In making our NCP. So you have to make it specific, measurable, achievable or attainable, realistic, and time bounded. So when you're setting a goal, write down what you want to accomplish during each time. For example, you want to learn about ABG interpretation within the end of the day, interpretation, or you want to memorize all the blood compatibility after 8 hours. That's a very long time. So this will help you keep focus and concentrate on the task at hand, right? If for whatever reason you're unable to meet your study time goal, do not become discouraged, right? So you just have to look at where you left off, revise your goal, and then study the next session. This will keep you moving forward on your plan, right? Next, number four, avoid procrastination. This is a very dangerous act where you just keep on uh, saying you'll do things later. All right. This is wrong. So do not focus on cell phones or gadgets or doing unnecessary things. Now stick to your schedule, your study schedule, the one that you made earlier. Stick to them. If this time is for studying, then you have to follow that plan, that time of studying. All right. Avoid these thoughts. No, I just do not feel like studying now, maybe later. No, so avoid that. The content or assignment is too easy or too difficult. I'll do it later. Some say it's more of an easy thing, like okay, this topic is so easy, I can study it in 5 minutes. I do it later. So I would rather be doing something else important. No, so these thoughts are dangerous. No, and this will lead to failure in the board exam, right? If you procrastinate, you will not meet your goal and you will rush later to complete the work and it will lead to failure. All right. Number 5, study the most difficult material when you are most alert. Right. So some of the difficult materials we have in the board exam mostly is your MS, right? So you focus on studying this when you are most alert. No, whatever time you feel your body clock is most alert, then you focus on that, the most difficult material that you have. No, some students we have early in the morning hours. Personally, I wake up around 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. So sometimes earlier at 3 a.m. So this time is I'm well rested and well alert. So this is the best time I study personally. Right? Some students do it better in the daytime hours, right? Around let's say 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. And some do it in the evening around 8 p.m. to 12 midnight. I know some students that they study well around midnight, right? Their brain functions heightened during midnight, right? You need to determine which time is best for you, and you are the most rested, alert, and have the most mental energy. So every student is different, and you have to identify your strength. You have to identify which time you best feel that you are mentally alert. All right. Use this time to work on the most difficult material because this will help you. Difficult tasks are easier to grasp if you have mental energy and stamina. All right. Number 6, find a special study place that is free of external distractors. No, your special study place area should be quiet and comfortable so that you can focus. Do not plan to study in a crowded or noisy room, such as the student lounge, cafeteria, cafe. Some students, they study in the coffee shop. Now, coffee shops can be conducive at times because there's a strong internet connection, and sometimes there are less people. But when a coffee shop has a lot of people, they they tend to disturb you in your train of thought, in your studying, and they can be very destructive. So you will not be able to focus. So try to avoid these places. If you have a room, if you have found a place, put a do not disturb sign so that people will know that you do not want to be disturbed during this specific time frame. Make sure that there are no distractions. Sometimes your cell phones and TVs are off because sometimes you use laptops for your studying. Or if you use your cell phone, make sure do not use your cell phones for your social media because most of the time when you're studying, you take a look at your social media and then time flies and you will get nothing done. You're just browsing through your Twitter account, Instagram, Facebook, and you will get nothing done. Right? This will yield to failure in the board exam. The lighting should be soft and provide the right amount of light to allow easy reading. Do not study in a dark place, right? This will strain your eyes and cause headaches. Find a room with right temperature. If it's too hot, you will become sleepy and you will fall asleep. If it is too cold, you may shiver and it can be difficult to concentrate when it's very cold. So make sure to adjust the temperature of your AC or wherever you are. Find a good temperature so that your brain can focus well. All right. Number 7, seek help when you do not understand the material. So there are always topics or discussions that is very difficult to understand. Then you don't need to seek help. Find your closest friend or someone who knows the topic very well. Because as they say, two heads are always better than one. And make sure that if you're with someone, you study with them. Sometimes it tends to happen that you just play with them or you get distracted and you go away with the goal of studying. So you can ask another student that understands the topic and help you so that you will learn better. And it's also a fact that if you teach someone a topic that you learn, this will help cement that memory or knowledge. So one of the best way to learn is also to teach. So it's a win-win for the both of you. If you are stuck and not able to understand the information using the resources, available to you, proceed to the next topic. If there are topics that's really difficult, right? Like, for example, you have difficult in drug formulation, drug formula, and you cannot understand the topic and you don't have someone to help you, just try to skip this for a while and then find somebody to help you in the next time, and then proceed to another topic. So this will help you move on with your goal or plan. And make your own flashcards if you can, to help you remember difficult things to learn. Flashcards or notes that will help you. So in my time, we use index cards. All right. So we write down their notes to help us remember. And they are easy to carry. They are not bulky. So anytime if we want to recall the things that we have studied, we have this index card that we have. Next, plan your study breaks. Study breaks are very important. All right. They keep your mind fresh and alert. Right? Fresh and alert. So how will you know when you need a study break? Study break is when you have difficulty focusing and moving through the content and not grasping the material. Therefore, you need a study break. If you're studying and then a couple of minutes and you feel like the knowledge is not getting inside your brain, then you need a study break. All right. If you read the pages and the content, you do not remember what you read, you need a study break. If you're experiencing mind chatter or you're thinking about other things, all right, and you are not supposed to be focusing on, then you need a study break. If you are feeling hungry, sleepy, or hungry during your study time, then you need a study break. All right. What are study breaks? Study breaks are just like 5 to 15 minutes of time away from studying. You can relax, you can exercise, you can do a walk, you can run, you can jog, and then come back with a fresh mind, right? Or you can have some coffee, some tea, listen to some music. Try to do things that relax your mind. Avoid going into social media and burning out your mind with all the things that's unnecessary. Try to relax your mind during these study break times, right? Number 9, eat a healthy diet and exercise regularly. So eating a healthy diet will help build and maintain your energy level and your stamina to set goals. Also, you have to avoid fatty foods because they will slow you down, all right? So your brain activity has to be at optimum level because you are preparing for the board exams. Eat lighter meals, eat more frequently, and keep your body fueled and energized. All right. So eat small, frequent feedings. All right. So this will help your metabolism and energy up during your study time. Avoid too much caffeine on a daily diet. I know we need coffee, but if the coffee you're taking is already making you jittery and nervous because you're having too much of it, you will have difficulty in focusing and concentrating. A little coffee once a day is helpful to get you started, but too much coffee will not be good for you. Exercise and maintain your physical fitness, strength, and overall health, especially your mental health. Exercise is a good way to get your blood flowing, right? Exercise can be part of your study break. Like I said, it will allow good circulation that will flow to your brain and will make your mind clear and focus and concentrate. And also exercise also decreases the stress that you are feeling during this time in preparation for the board exam. Right? Lastly, get an adequate amount of sleep every day. Now, sleep is like food, air, or water. You need it to think and function adequately, and you need it to survive. If you're studying for 16 hours, 18 hours a day, and you're not getting enough sleep, then this is not a good formula in passing the board exam. You also need to sleep and rest your brain because your brain has been doing so much in the entire day. If you develop a schedule for studying and stick to the schedule, then you will not have to worry about being up all night preparing for the exam next day. That's why it's important to have a study plan so that you can study little bits of data or topics ahead of time, and you do not need to to stay up late and lose sleep, because no sleep is difficult for the board exam. So get into the habit of going to bed at night at a specific time. You will provide you with an adequate amount of sleep, 6 to 8 hours of quality sleep, right? So ideally, you have to have 8 hours, but if you can get 6 hours of sleep, that will be good enough, and your brain will be able to recover and prepare for the next day, all right? So that those are the 10 study habits to master in preparation for your board exam. Again, let's recap. You have to plan daily specific time for studying. Make sure you make a planner and write down the times that you are free and vacant to study. Try not to do so much studying at one time, because this will lead to mental burnout, and cramming does not really help anyone in the exam. Setting goals that for your study time is very important. Make sure to set smart goals, specific, measurable, attainable, and realistic time-bounded goals that you want to achieve during your study time. Avoid procrastination, because this will lead to failure in the board exam. Study the most difficult material when you are most alert. This will give your mind the best time and energy and stamina to grasp the topics that's very difficult. Find a study place that is free of external distractors. This will help you focus, all right, and absorb the knowledge and ideas that you are studying efficiently. Seek help when you do not understand material. Like what they said, two heads are better than one. Plan study breaks. When you cannot focus and your mind is floating afar, study break is very important. Rest for 5 to 15 minutes, drink coffee, listen to music, walk around, exercise, and get your blood flowing to keep your mind sharp and alert. Eat healthy and exercise regularly. A physically healthy body gives a healthy mind and prepares you better for your exam. Lastly, get an adequate amount of sleep every night. So 6 to 8 hours of sleep is vital to prepare your brain for the next day's battle. So those are the 10 study habits to master in preparation for your board exam. Thank you and God bless.